How about Two Tall Mountains? Can't miss with that.
In between two tall mountains, there's a place they call Lonesome. Don't see why they call it lonesome. I'm never lonesome when I go there. See that bird sitting on my windowsill. Well, he's saying whippoorwill all the night through. See that brook running by my kitchen door. Well, it couldn't talk no more if it was you. Up that tree there's sort of a squirrel thing. Sounds just like we did when we were quarreling. In the yard I keep a pig or two. They drop in for dinner like you used to do. I don't stand in the need of company with everything I see talking like you. Up that tree there's sort of a squirrel thing. Sounds just like we did when we were quarreling. You may think you left me all alone, but I can hear you talk without a telephone. I don't stand in the need of company with everything I see talking like you. See that bird sitting on my windowsill. Well, he's saying whippoorwill all the night through. Just whippoorwill all the night through. In between two tall mountains there's a place they call Lonesome. Don't see why they call it lonesome. I'm never lonesome, now I live there.
When did you write that? How did you happen to get that idea?
I'll tell you a story about Johnny McClory. That's how my story was begun. I'll tell you another about Johnny's brother. And now you may think my story is done. The first time I met Johnny, I could see he was bonny, and when he looked at me, how he did glow. But just as we were gazing at each other, Johnny's brother was down in Mexico. I went to a party with Johnny, my hearty. I never felt so happy and so gay. But just as we were drinking to each other, Johnny's brother was down in Santa Fe. And down in the garden my heart would not harden. How well I can recall those tender scenes. But just as we were kissing one another, Johnny's brother was down in New Orleans. I didn't want to tarry my Johnny to marry, and so I got myself a wedding gown. But just as we were wedded to each other, Johnny's brother came riding into town. The years have been merry, oh very, very, very. I love my Johnny well and he loves me. But all the while we're loving at each other, Johnny's brother holds the baby on his knee. I've told you a story about Johnny McClory. That's how my story was begun. I've told you another about Johnny's brother, and now my story's done. People say a roving woman is likely not to be better than she ought to be. So when I stray away from where I've got to be, someone always takes me home. A lady never should habituate saloons, and that is where I find myself on many afternoons. But just as I begin to blow away the foam, someone tips his hat to me and takes me home. People say a roving woman is likely not to be better than she ought to be. So when I stray away from where I've got to be, someone always takes me home. Now poker is a game a lady shouldn't play, and every floating poker game just seems to float my way. But long before I've lost a thing besides my comb, someone tips his hand to me and takes me home. Don't see why they always do it. Can't be vanity, must be sheer humanity, when some kind soul remarks with great urbanity, "Lady, let me take you home." Of course there's bound to be some little aftermath that makes a pleasant ending for the straight and narrow path. And as I go to sleep, I cannot help but think how glad I am that I was saved from cards and drink. People say a roving woman is likely not to be better than she ought to be. So when I stray, there's positively got to be someone there to take me home. Down this road on a Monday morning came a-riding three strangers. Down this road on a Monday morning came a-riding three strangers. There was one wearing green and one a peacock feather, and one wearing overshoes against the wintry weather. And they gave me 6 white horses for to carry my load, and they beckoned me to follow, and they took me down this road on a Monday morning. Came a-riding three strangers down this road on a Monday morning. Came a-riding three strangers. There was one wearing green and one a peacock feather, and one wearing overshoes against the wintry weather. And they gave me 6 white horses for to carry my load, and they beckoned me to follow, and they took me down this road. La 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 la, la 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 la, la la. I'm just a dusty cowhand, a dusty, thirsty soul. I used to keep my money in a pocket with a hole. I've got one ambition, like wishing for the moon, to was sitting there one evening and feeling out of straight. A fella called me something I particularly hate. I threw a bottle at him, but the feller ducked too soon. That's how I lost my credit at the Clover Saloon. I'm just a dusty cowhand, and brother, I am broke. And brother, I'm so thirsty, I'm going up in smoke. I've got one ambition, like wishing for the moon, to drink a glass of pleasure, full measure, bulging out and bring it over at the Clover Saloon. Threw the bottle at him and missed him like I said. I broke the barroom mirror and left it there for dead. I shot him through the middle to make him change his tune. That's how I lost my credit at the Clover Saloon. I'm just a dusty cowhand, a-waiting for the worst. They're hanging me tomorrow in the middle of my thirst. I've got one ambition, like wishing for the moon, to drink a glass of pleasure, full measure, bulging out and bring it over at the Clover Saloon. Weep a tear for John Brady. 7 long years he loved his lady. He was a simple guy, singing I'll love her till I die. Weep a tear for John's lady. 7 long years she went with Brady. All he could say or sigh was, "Lady, I'll love you till I die." Somebody else said, "Lady, be mine. I've got a house with a flowering vine. I'll take you out to faraway shores, and everything I have is yours." Weep a tear for John Brady. 6 foot under, where it's shady. He was a simple guy, singing I'll love her till I die. We lived alone, my house and I. We had the earth, we had the sky. I had a lamp against the dark, and I was happy as a lark. We lived alone, my house and I. We had the earth, we had the sky. I had a lamp against the dark, and I was happy as a lark. I had a stove and a window screen. I had a table painted green. Sat on a chair with a broken back, wearing a pretty potato sack. I had a rug upon the floor, and roses grew around my door. I had a job, my wants were few. They were until I wanted you, and when I set my eyes on you, nothing else would do, nothing else would do. I knew a man once very never sufficiently gilded and pearled, and this man turned out to be the playboy of the Western world. Oh, he was elegant, past all dreaming. He made seeming seem like the real McCoy. All the sheiks of Araby, all the shahs of Persia couldn't hold a candle to this boy. When he walked through a room, it looked as handsome as Napoleon's tomb, and the Ford he rode could have been Mercedes-Benz a la mode. When he took me out, I didn't doubt that we were going to the Astor or the Sherry Netherland. Spring seemed to linger in the little bunch of flowers he pressed into my hand. Little bunch of flowers didn't cost a dime, picked them in the park in their prime. He went around with his heart unfurled, the one and only playboy of the Western world. You could fall in love with everyone you'd meet when you walked with him down the street. Playboys die young, this one did too. All worn out, making dreams come true. And the world was grim again without him, again without him. For he was elegant, past all dreaming. He made seeming seem like the real McCoy. All the sheiks of Araby, all the shahs of Persia couldn't hold a candle to this boy. When they took him out, I didn't doubt that he was going to Miami or some other wonderland. Spring seemed to linger in the little bunch of flowers I pressed into his hand. Little bunch of flowers didn't cost a dime, picked them in the park in their prime. He went around with his heart unfurled, the one and only playboy of the Western world. He was the playboy of the Western world, the playboy of the Western world.
That's the greatest.
Something's going wrong with my guitar. All of a sudden it's bubbly. It goes like this. It's a whole story.
Oh boy.
In one verse and one chorus. Once there was a trumpeter, blew his love a ballad. That was not enough for her, so he blew her a lobster salad. Blow a little louder, love, show me that you're thinking of your honey. Blow a little louder, love, show me that you love me. That's the only words I could think of.